On Twitter, I'm seeing video coming out of Abaco, and we're seeing cars flipped over, homes without roofs, lots of flooding. I mean, so it is just really intense, this storm system. Winds of 185 miles an hour, Category 5 hurricane, probably one of the strongest storms ever to hit the northern Bahamas. Not only are we dealing with the really strong winds, but we're going to have a storm surge of about 10 to 15 feet or 20 feet, in fact, maybe more in some spots. Certainly flooding rains over a foot. So just a real mess, just a lot of devastation into the northern Bahamas. Right now, again, it's a Category 5, winds of 185, moving towards the west at 7. Here's the official forecast as of 2 p.m. As we head into tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., and it's just north of Grand Bahama, still a Category 5, winds of 165 miles an hour. Then after that, it starts to make its turn up towards the north. Looking at all the latest 2 p.m. Computer models, they tend to come out between 2 and 3 in the afternoon, and they're still forecasting for that turn to happen sometime Tuesday. So Tuesday, 8 a.m., winds of about 140 miles an hour. You can see it just to the east of the Treasure Coast. At this point in time, the Treasure Coast certainly feeling winds of 40 to 60 miles an hour, maybe even hurricane force winds, depending on exactly where the eye wall is, but certainly not out of the question. That's in addition to very heavy rain and just battering waves across the ocean, across the beaches, which could lead to some coastal erosion and certainly some coastal flooding as well. There's a storm surge watch in effect, and right now they're forecasting a storm surge potential of anywhere from 4 to 7 feet. Then after that, it works its way northward east of Jacksonville. Wednesday, 8 a.m., winds of 115 miles an hour. At this point in time, it's interacting with a lot of wind shear, and it quickly weakens. By the time we get to Friday, it's near the mid-Atlantic states with winds of 90 miles an hour, Category 1 hurricane. So here are the computer models. There is the official track right there in red, and you can see the afternoon updates with the computer models. They all make that turn just north of the Grand Bahamas as we head into Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, the storm system is starting to pull away from our area and making its way up towards northern Florida. So here's what we have in place right now. Hurricane watch in effect for the Treasure Coast and for coastal Palm Beach County. Whenever you get the watches in place, that's when you got to get your shutters up, and hopefully you're doing that today because today is the last day. And then as we head into the rest of the area, we do have a tropical storm warning in effect in addition to that hurricane watch, where we have the potential of seeing winds of over 39 miles an hour. We have a tropical storm watch in effect for Lake Okeechobee, for Okeechobee County, and for interior Palm Beach County. And out in the open waters, we for sure have that hurricane warning in effect. Also that storm surge watch for the Treasure Coast and for coastal Palm Beach County. Into coastal Palm Beach, forecasting a storm surge of 2 to 4 feet along the Treasure Coast. Since you're going to be a little bit closer to the center of the storm system, it's 4 to 7 feet for you. So when will we start to see those gusty winds? Really overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. As the storm system gets closer, we're going to start to see an increasing chance of seeing those tropical storm winds of at least 39 miles an hour. Tomorrow morning around 11:30 a.m. you can see anywhere from about a 40% chance up to a 70% chance for West Palm Beach. Tomorrow evening that increases to 70-80% chance. Then as we head to tomorrow night and into Tuesday, that jumps on up almost to about 100% chance. So certainly quite likely that we will be dealing with tropical storm force winds. Those are winds anywhere from 39 to 73 miles an hour. So there is the wind field. Hurricane force winds in red, tropical storm force winds in yellow. As we move forward in time, tomorrow morning, you can see those tropical storm force winds starting to push into the area. As we head into Tuesday morning, this is 8:30. The storm is just to the east of the Treasure Coast. Into Palm Beach County, we have those tropical storm force winds, but along the Treasure Coast, the winds are stronger for you because you are closer to the center of that storm system. If this shifts just a little bit to the west, we're talking hurricane force winds for the Treasure Coast, winds over 74 miles an hour. This is in addition to the heavy rain coming in through those outer bands. This is also in addition to just the pounding waves along the coast, which could lead again to that coastal erosion and also to definitely dangerous rip currents and again, for sure, the potential of that storm surge. But by Wednesday, the storm is pulling away from us, and you can see the strong gusty winds are starting to leave our area. Rainfall totals, according to this computer model, anywhere from about 2 to 4 to maybe 5 inches of rain. So as the storm system works its way up the coast, the outer bands will start to move on in, and this is a very tropical system, so the rain could be very heavy, lots of rain in a very short period of time. And underneath some of those heavier thunderstorms, we could certainly have stronger wind gusts, maybe some isolated tornadoes as well. So here is the final recap. Today, a couple of fast showers here, there, a mix of sun and clouds, winds at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. But then overnight tonight and into tomorrow, as the storm system is getting closer, we're going to have rain, heavy down downpours. The storm is offshore, winds anywhere from 39 to 73 miles an hour. Into Tuesday, also tropical storm force winds, maybe hurricane force winds along the Treasure Coast, all depending on where exactly that eye wall sets on up. And then by Wednesday, all of this starts to move on out of here as the storm system starts to work its way up towards the northern part of the peninsula.